Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie Johnson. Thank you for tuning in. I am so excited to be on your screen right now. I thank God for life. I thank God for sparing my life up to this present moment. You know, right from my last upload to this time, I have great testimonies of how God, protected me. Okay, by now, well, let me not just say it, but one way or the other, maybe later in the future, I'll be sharing my testimony here on this platform. So God has given us life. God has given you life, and that is why you're watching me right now from where you are, okay, on your device. I am in Nigeria, and I believe that there is no place, no country that is 100% safe. So, because the word of God says, except God builds the house, the builders are working but in vain. So I believe God is the only one that can protect, that can give you that 100%, security. Of course, we are trying as humans, we are trying as a government, of a country, we are trying our best to make things happen. But God is also, the one that has been there for each and every one of us. And I know why I'm saying this. Yes, I know why I'm saying this. All right. In this vlog, I will be discussing or probably sharing with you my pregnancy experiences, okay, with reference to what I actually went through, especially during my second pregnancy, when I was about to give birth to my second child. Maybe after hearing my story, you may want to say, oh, it is normal. It's normal for you to have that experience. It is a common experience. Well, maybe you have to listen to what I have to say first. Okay, so now let's begin. Yeah, I had my first child, and after some years, about 5 or 6 years, I decided to have the second one, okay, who is also a boy. Okay, so I had got pregnant. Of course, I was happy. I had also been praying for it. Okay, so eventually it came, and my husband embraced it with open hands. I was also happy for it. Okay, so the journey was going on. And after about few months, maybe 5 months or thereabouts, I started having these strange feelings in my body. Okay, the pregnancy was growing, but for me, it was not that normal. My tummy was extraordinarily big, even at 6 months, very big. I was feeling so heavy, and it was as if the pregnancy itself was bigger than me. I couldn't carry it. It was not easy for me to carry. Even moving around with the pregnancy was huge for me. This is so strange. Okay, so, and within me, I was questioning myself, is it that I've never been pregnant, or what is going on, or is it a gap that is making me to start feeling this way? Okay, I've had a child before, so I decided to go to the hospital here. Now fast forward to the day I actually gave birth to the baby. Yes, the day I had the baby, which is why I am making this video. Yes, this is actually my story. That day, it was in the morning. Well, I wasn't supposed to go to the hospital that day. My friend, actually, because my friend was also pregnant, and she's a doctor. Okay, so I told her everything, the way I was feeling. So she encouraged me, and I went. So when I got to the doctor, examined me, and after the test and everything, he told me that I would not be going home that day. I said, why? But I am not in labor. My EDD, expected date, is it date or day of delivery? EDD was about 2 weeks away. So I was like, oh, I still have time and all that. He said no, that he saw me last week, and that was just the truth. he told me that, I saw you last week. How come your tummy has grown really big? So when he said that, I felt, wow, I have been experiencing the same thing. In fact, even before now, doctor, I have been like, this is just too strange. I am not okay. I couldn't sleep well. Of course, it's normal for a pregnant woman not to be able to sleep well because of the pregnancy, especially when the pregnancy has really grown bigger, maybe 3, no, not 3, you can still sleep well even at 3 months. But like 6 months, when the tummy has really, come out, it might be a bit difficult for you, trying to sleep and all of that. But my experience has really lasted for a long, long time. Those periods, I was not just myself. So this doctor told me that I would not be going home that day. And I said, well, no problem. So I called my husband, called my sister, as at that time, I think, my sister was doing a youth service, so she was staying with me. So I called her and told her everything, that, oh, please, you need to do this, you need to bring this for me and all of that. I decided to stay. So I was induced. The labor pain started proper. It was not that too long, compared to the experience I had when I had the first child. Okay, so then I think I labored for hours. The labor pain started 10 minutes to 10 in the morning on a Friday, and the baby eventually came out at 10 minutes to 3 a.m. You can imagine. Okay, so the whole exercise, the second, pregnancy now, the second child, everything was a bit shortened because I was induced. So it was not like a natural labor that, happened to me. At that moment when the baby was supposed to come out, I was asked to push and push, which I did. And the baby's head came out. The nurses were trying to bring the whole body out. And after the whole body came out, lo and behold, something strange was discovered. I don't know if it has happened to anyone. I don't know if it is normal in medicine. Well, I don't know. Maybe mine wasn't that strange, or maybe I just felt like, okay, this is strange because I was trying to compare with the first, experience. The baby came out, and lo and behold, the placenta did not come with the baby. I felt like the baby should come with the placenta, and once the baby comes out, the nurse or the midwife can, quickly use a sterilized scissors or whatever, cut the length of the placenta, or just cut it like that. The umbilical cord, they call it. So, but there was nothing like that. So it was really strange, and they were like, the placenta has cut. What's going on? So they cleaned the baby. In fact, at that time, the baby did not cry. So they tried everything they could so that the baby could cry out. And thank God he did. Cried out and it was fine. Okay? So I was literally down. The nurses tried their best to bring out the placenta. Now, I need to say this. I need to say this. Do you know that the pain I went through after the baby had come out was more than the labor pain itself? The baby came out, thank God for that. But the placenta did not come with the baby. So the nurses wanted to bring it out. They put their hands, pulled the thing slipped, went back inside. This really cost me serious pain. I can't even begin to tell you how painful it was for me. I kept on screaming. I was like, God, I'm giving up. Initially, I was calling, Jesus, help me. But at some point, I just stopped calling Jesus and I started saying rubbish. I am giving up. I don't want this child again. I am sorry. I can't do this anymore. God, take me. Can you imagine that? God, I'm sorry. Sincerely, these were my words. So I want to just use this opportunity to, say this to everyone out there that is listening to me right now. See, just calm down when you are going through tough times. Just keep calling on God. Don't give up easily. Yes, because the devil is actually waiting for that moment. The devil is waiting for that side of yours that would eventually give up. Okay, that would eventually be tired of everything. And you're like, oh, let me just commit suicide. I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I can't face this anymore. I am leaving this marriage. I am leaving this. I am doing this. I'm doing that. I can't take it anymore. Yes, please, I want you to take it easy. Because I believe that there is nothing that you may be going through that do not have an expiry date. See, these things will happen and it will go. It will come and it will pass. Your trouble cannot remain with you. Okay? So you need to be patient with God. Okay? And look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith. There is hope when you have Jesus in your life. And that is why you should keep on serving God, because the times, of crisis will come. And during those times, God will remember your labor of love and help you get out of it. Okay? Don't wait till you are in trouble before you start praying. Prayer should be on a daily basis. Okay, so this prayer would eventually help you when you are in trouble and maybe you feel down and you can't pray. Okay, you don't need to pray too hard when you are going through, like problems. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I was literally giving up. I was saying things that the devil actually wanted me to say. Okay? So I want to encourage you today. Don't give up. Don't say things that will help the devil, do what he wants to do. A lot of people might have gone through this before. One way or the other, they came out of it and with great testimonies. So yours would not be an exception. That's what I believe, if you don't give up. All right, so back to my story. The doctor eventually came, an experienced doctor, an elderly man for that matter. And this man started, talking to me, telling me that everything would be fine. As he was advising me, everything just went blank. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything again. I just I think I was put on hold. I was put to sleep or something, so that he could do what he wanted to do, to bring out the placenta. So now my near-death experience, I decided to call it my near-death experience, maybe because I have not experienced it before. I haven't experienced that before. I have not gone through surgery in my life, so I don't know how it happens. I don't know what the doctors usually do to the patient before the surgery, takes off. I don't know the experiences or the experience that people do have when they are put on hold, when they are put to sleep like that. I don't know. Maybe it's the same experience. So if yours is similar with mine, fine. You can share that in the comment section. Okay, so I was off in another realm. So I was in the room painted in white, everywhere sparkling clean white. Okay, so I decided to get up and I was just asking myself where I was, and there was no answer. So I decided to try to get out of that room. And lo and behold, there was no way out. I couldn't find any space, tiny space through which I could just escape. So I was a bit confused and I decided to fly. Maybe flying would help me be able to pierce a particular spot to be able to get out. I don't know. So I kept on flying in that room, just moving around. from this corner to that corner, like that, just trying to find my way out of that room. Okay, so it did not happen. And I kept on, being confused. But, what I really want to say, or why I did say that experience was a kind of near death, okay, for me, is because as I was flying, I saw myself still lying down. Do you understand? I was still looking at my body on the bed while I was moving around, So that was like a bit strange to me, because people have had similar experiences, maybe in a dream or whatever, but I have never had it. I have never had it. And, it's really got me, it really helped anyway, shaped my Christian life, because at some point after the whole, show, I was just like, God, you have a good plan for me, and you decided to spare my life. Anyway, back to what I was saying. As I was trying to get out and there was no way out, suddenly I just bumped on some set of people. Maybe I just saw myself in another room. I don't know how it happened. And I saw like 5 people, yes, as if they were about to interview somebody who is looking for a job. There are sheets of paper in front of each one of them with a pen. Okay, so when I saw them, I went to meet them and started asking them questions. I can't remember what I was asking them, but I just saw myself asking them some questions, and they were so happy to, start a conversation with me. And I saw all of them trying to respond to me, talking to me and all of that. And we're talking, we're having a conversation. And as they were talking to me, and I was also, talking, they were jotting some things down. Initially, I was a bit scared when I saw them. During that conversation, I just saw myself really having peace within me. I was so, my mind, I was just like, wow, these people are so good. Look at the way they're talking to me. And also I felt so happy. And I felt this heavenly peace in my mind. And I was also free, talking with them and all of that. Okay, so as we were talking, lo and behold, my sister tapped me and she was like, Auntie, wake up. The doctor is done. I woke up. Initially, when I opened my eyes, I didn't see anyone. Everywhere was blank. It was as if I was in the sky. Okay, when you are down and you're looking up to the sky and seeing the sky moving here and there and all of that, that was exactly what was going on when I opened my eyes. I couldn't see anyone, even though I was hearing voices. My sister's voice, somebody was talking to me. The nurses were like, Auntie, get up and all that, wake up. So after like a minute or so, or like few seconds, I started seeing, not that clearly, but at least it was better than the first experience. Okay, after I opened my eyes now. After a few minutes, then I realized where I was, that, oh, this happened to me, and they were trying to bring the placenta out and blah, 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 and like that. So I was shocked. I said, wow. And I was enjoying this conversation. Wow, you guys should have allowed me to finish my conversation with those people. Okay, so this is my story. I was just like thanking God that God actually spared my life for a reason. And the major reason, I guess, was to serve Him and serve Him. Okay? So, and I thank God that I am still in God right now. And you don't need to be perfect to serve God. Jesus actually came for imperfect people. He actually came for sinners, not the righteous. Maybe if you feel that this experience is normal when you are in that state, maybe it's like that. If you have had experience like that in your life, maybe when you're giving birth, or maybe when you're having a surgery, you are very free to share your experience with me in the comment section. So this is my story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.